He started his windup, so that's a ball.
That must be incredibly frustrating for the pitcher, but this is all about creating more action and speeding up the game, and it's working.
Strike on the outside, and we are underway. That one finds the zone, and the count 1-2. And that's down and away.
2-2.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Couldn't catch up to the heater. This is Bryce Terang. We talk so much about how starting pitchers prepare for their starts. I talked with Max Fried, and one of the things he told me back in 19, he and Lucas Giolito started using MLB The Show to go over scouting reports. Got it started a little too early. Strike one. Max said he's not sure who actually started at first, but it was 2019, and he and Giolito, who were teammates together in high school in Los Angeles, they had the idea to become more familiar with the opposing lineup using MLB The Show. Fouls it off, still 1-2. On the ground to third. Whips it across.
He's out.
Quick start to this afternoon's action. 2 gone. 2 outs, base is empty. And now it's William Contreras. Pitch misses, and it's 1-0. 2 outs, base is empty. And that is out of play. Ball to strike. The pitch.
Ball.
Just missed.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout. Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
Rhys Hoskins in the box now. No balls and a strike. Right through there for a strike.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
And a foul ball. He stays alive. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first here in the second game of the series. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Foul ball, still 0-2. Two outs. On the ground, right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Brewers strand 1, and now the Yankees will see what they can do. No score. You're watching Major League. Back at Yankee Stadium, and towing the slab here, Brandon Woodruff, and he comes in off a really nice season on the hill, Chris.
An ERA in the low 2s last year. So consistent, so dependable. Talk about a skipper who's got a guy like that that's going to go out there and not just keep him in the ball game, but really give them an opportunity to win a ball game, even if it's a low-scoring day for the offense. That's who he was last season, and if he's even close to that this year, I think they'll be really happy with his performance.
Anthony Volpe now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. And that's outside, and the count even 1-1. Lined, and that's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single. Now it's Aaron Judge up to the plate. And the first pitch misses for ball one.
Well, in terms of hitting rocket home runs, Judge is near the top of that list. Only Giancarlo Stanton has hit more with greater exit velocity than Judge. Look out, though. Shohei is quickly climbing those charts.
2 down.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
And there's a foul ball. Slides, but he can't come up with it. Volpe around second, headed for third. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. Jazz Chisholm Jr. now. And that one is lifted in the air. That is the inning. Yanks strand a pair. Scoreless after 1. New inning getting started. Now the left fielder, Jackson Chourio. Max Fried will go to work. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. Chourio in his second season, only 20 years old, and he was born in Venezuela. And that's outside. Making the calls behind the plate in this one is Woody Keller.
Yeah, and Woody does a pretty good job back there, Boog. He's got a pretty fair strike zone most of the time. Maybe some inconsistency here or there, but usually he's back there doing a solid job.
This one popped up. Chisholm on his way over. He's there. He's got it. 1 up, 1 down. What about an umpire's height? How much of a role does that play in your experience and what the strike zone is like?
Yeah, I think it pushes the strike zone up a little bit, which, you know, as a former hitter, you like that. You wanted the ball up. You didn't want to have to deal with stuff down in the zone consistently.
That one missed. As the game has moved along, we see more and more information supplied by teams about the umpires. I've been in clubhouses where they have pictures of all 4 umpires, nicknames, hometowns, and as well hobbies listed, just so you can kind of small talk the umpire a little bit.
That's great. Here's a player known for playing better in day games, which is not always the case. I mean, day games are different, Boog. Things change from game times to your daily routine, but he sure makes the transition look easy.
Out to short. On the run, sent it over to first. And save. He busted it down the line for that infield single. Singy, that was a close play, and it looks like they're considering challenging the safe call.
Really close, Boog, and tough to tell in real time. We weren't sure, so you really can't blame them for wanting to take another look.
So they have decided to challenge the play, and now it's up to the replay umpires in New York to make the call.
Ladies and gentlemen,
here's one more look. They called him safe, and I'm not sure that there's anything here to overturn the call. What about you, Singy?
I don't think so, Boog. I mean, we need something obvious to overturn it, and I just don't see it.
So they've made a decision, and the runner is safe. The original call is confirmed, and that leaves them without any challenges the rest of the way. Now the third baseman, Joseph Ortiz. That's in there. Strike 1.
When you're taking your lead over there at first, you got to be very careful. This guy on the mound's got a good pickoff move.
Swing and a foul out of play. Man at first, 1 away. Got him looking for the K. Went back to the fastball, and it was effective.
No, that's not the best 2-strike fastball I've seen, but certainly got away with the location there. You know, sometimes As a hitter, when you're down in the count, you're so focused on a pitcher painting the black, and you just get a little bit locked up on something down the heart of the plate, not expecting it, and it just kind of freezes you. Base runner with a one-way lead right there. All he's trying to do is get a look at the...
That one ripped. Tattooed to Tater Town and gone. He'll circle the bases. The Brewers score first. It's 2-0.
Boog, his plan was to hit the ball hard, and he was going to figure out the rest later. You can't argue with those results. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
And first offering is fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. Swings through that one for strike 2.
0-2.
Just missed. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And Fried gets his second strikeout of the game. 2 runs for Milwaukee on the dinger. And it's 2-zip. Back in the Bronx, now Austin Wells. Woodruff back to work. Swung on, belted. That ball's carrying. Gone. That one felt good. It's 2-1. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off.
Chris, that ball came out hot. So let's see what StatCast has to say.
Yeah, it really did, Boog. 111 miles per hour off the bat, and a really nice launch angle as well. Just a beautiful swing from start to finish.
Then here's Paul Goldschmidt. Swing and a ball drilled center field. Mitchell moving under this one. And there's one down. Oswaldo Cabrera stepping in now for the Yankees. And that one is downstairs. Ball 1. And a foul ball. 1 out, bases empty, and a run in. Bottom half of inning number 2. And 1-2. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. That misses the zone. 2-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Next offering is down low.
Full count.
Cut on and lifted in the air. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. 2 away. Jason Dominguez stepping in now for the Yankees. And a swing and a miss there.
I think he was a little excited there. Saw the fastball, but needed a step ladder to get to that one. He's going to have to tighten it back up if he wants to have a good at bat.
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Stays alive. Fly ball down the line. Chorio settles under it. Makes the grab, and that's the inning. But not before they answer back with a solo home run. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. Top half of the third inning. Here's the Brewers DH, Christian Yelich. First pitch, and he just misses.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees, and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
Bryce Terang will hit next. First time up, he grounded to third. That one fouled off. Nobody out, runner at first. Next offering upstairs.
2-1.
Back to first, and he's safe. On the ground, could be two. Feed to second, that's one. Roll bounces, and he can't pick it. They get just one.
Well, they had the chance at turning two right there, but I don't think he got a good grip on the balls. He tried to transfer from glove to throwing hand. They say you can't assume a double play. I beg to differ at the big league level, but it's going to be ruled as a fielder's choice.
Foul ball there.
Well, he missed a hittable off-speed pitch right there. Not sure exactly with the timing. Sometimes you get a backup breaking ball. You're expecting it to make its move at the end. It never does, and you're tied up.
That one's upstairs, ball one.
That's a really good job of laying off the 0-2 high fastball. Is going to make that pitcher really have to respect this hitter, even though he's behind in the count.
And down on strikes. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
Well, that'll make you smile out there on the mound, or maybe pump out your chest a little bit farther. That's about as good of a backdoor curveball as you'll ever see. Right on the black, and not surprisingly, just locked him up in the box.
Hoskins stands in now and watches strike one. Fried throws to first. Terang dives back in safely. Next offering is fouled back. The 0-2. Hit hard, base hit. And out to a board.
Look, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
Chourio in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike.
1-1.
In the dirt. So on the wild pitch, 2 guys advance. Though Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. 2 on, 2 outs. Swings through that one. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Here comes a pitch. And that's off the inside edge. And it's 2-2.
2 strikes.
Step off and looks the runner back to third now. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Got him looking. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. Brewers strand a couple as they're unable to add to their 2-1 lead. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the inning. Here's Cody Bellinger. Just missed. Bellinger is an interesting example when you talk about scouting and development. I mean, this is a guy now that has turned into one of the premier power hitters in the sport. He was a 4th-round pick out of Hamilton High School in Chandler, Arizona in 2013. He hit 1 homer his senior year. Woodruff deals. And now 2-2.
2-2.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. On the ground, right side. And that one finds its way through. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Gotta love the resiliency he showed in that at bat, battling with 2 strikes. Just one of those seeing eye base hits through the infield. He just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you a knock.
Volpe swings through it for strike 1. 0-2 now as he swings through it.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
The shortstop takes the ball. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Lead runner holds up. They're at first and second with nobody out.
Oh, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
First and second, no outs. Judge now at the plate. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Bellinger on second. Volpe on at first with nobody out. Pickoff throw. Bellinger dives back.
You know, Boog, if you're that base runner at second base, you want to be quiet out there. Not bouncing around, not distracting your teammate, the hitter. Make sure that he can clearly focus on that pitcher and that release point.
Mitchell settles underneath it. Makes the grab. Runner tags at second. And he makes it up to third with 1 away. And here is Giancarlo Stanton. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Runners at the corners, 1 away here in the last half of the 3rd. On the ground, 2 ball. To second, there's one. Got him. The double play cuts down the potential tying run.
Well, the second baseman made that one look easy. Great feed to the shortstop. Shortstop completes the play. They get out of a jam, and they end the inning.
Back here in New York, and now the center fielder, Garrett Mitchell. And the pitch. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point. Well, these Brewers doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
That missed by a lot. The count now 2-2.
Still relatively early, but with the pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set them up to do more damage later in this game.
Goes down looking.
Wow, that's a tough call for the hitter, but the pitcher will take that all day long. Not quite in the strike zone, but he found a spot that the umpire is going to, at least for now, allow him to get that call. So hitters are going to have to make an adjustment, but pitchers are going to learn from those things and really try to exploit them if they can.
That one catches the zone, and the count is 0-2. gets a piece and stays alive. And ball one. Just missed.
Close pitch there, and he's kind of wondering where it missed. You know, getting a feel for each umpire's strike zone is something that pitchers and hitters really have to think about and work on from game to game, and sometimes from at bat to at bat.
2 down, bases empty, and stepping in is the speedy Blake Perkins. That misses, and that is ball one. 2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. Next pitch is downstairs. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike.
In today's game, not that many fastball counts, but hitters still in the back of their minds, they're looking for one. 2-0 changeup call right there. Excellent pitch selection to go with.
Swing and a ground ball. Safe at first, and an infield single keeps the inning going.
Boog, he doesn't care how he does it. He just wants to get on base. And when he does, that puts him in a position to do some damage, put some pressure on the defense as well. His wheels are truly a weapon out there.
Monasterio stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. There goes the runner. Pitch in for a strike. On to second, and he throws it away. Throw pulls him off the bag, and he's safe. Perkins on third with 2 out. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Ground ball up the middle. Jazz tosses to first. Third out. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. To the bottom. Back in the Bronx, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Jazz Chisholm Jr. And a foul ball.
You know, these Yankees just haven't produced as many competitive at-bats as I'd like to see in this one. They're swinging early, being aggressive, but 1 or 2 pitches later, the at-bat is over. That's not going to cut it if it's not resulting in hits. So they might want to be a little more selective up there.
Hard on the ground to first. Hoskins takes it to the bag. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. And next for New York, Austin Wells. And that one fouled off. 1 out, bases empty. That one misses, and that's ball 1. And there's a foul ball. There's a swing and a drive. Way back there. And it's off the wall. The throw into second. And he's safe. It's a wall ball double.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Perkins makes a nice running catch. And he moves up to third. Now 2 away. And up next for New York, Oswaldo Cabrera. Fly to left his first time. And that one is lifted in the air. Mitchell sizing this one up. Squeezes it. And that ends the inning. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point.